Tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from the Superdome. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Bringing them out in his 8th year out of Florida State, the former Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on the pickup of 13.
Good for the Saints. First and 10.
Again, it's Kamara. They'll get this up to about the 44. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Winston now. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. This is Ingram on first and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action now. Winston. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And now off to the races down the right side. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 15-1 on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they're without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The play over before it really got started thanks to Pete Werner. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Markel Lee coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. touchdown, Carolina. P.J. Walker, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Panthers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We've got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Up the middle they go, Washington. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On 2nd and 9, Winston. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They run again with Foreman. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Foreman. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. A carry for Foreman. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Foreman. And some room to work. Touchdown, Carolina. Deontay Foreman, his 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum levels.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
And Winston lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk...
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Chuba Hubbard, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. We're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down now, Foreman. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah,
we saw the result, negative yardage. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They gave it a shot in the deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be discussed.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs, so excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Third quarter starts with a run by Hubbard. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Right back to Hubbard. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And quickly they get to the line. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he gets this up past the 30. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On the counter, this is Hubbard. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Hubbard is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what Precious... And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger. Doing so, and there's your end result right there. Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 1st and 10, Walker. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Winston. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Winston. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. That's good.
They'll throw again. Winston. That one complete to Hill. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing, Winston. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Over the middle, complete. It's Hubbard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 1st down, Walker. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw is Walker. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Marr now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Winston. Over the middle to Smith. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for the Saints.
Now Winston. Goes right back to Smith again. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From just shy of midfield, Winston in trouble, and he's taken down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Panthers coming out now. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, Off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Panthers, they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives them a final mark of 16-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they had bigger things on their mind, apparently, the playoffs, as they will finish the regular season with a 14-3 mark. And now they'll have to see how the final playoff picture will all shake out.